Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are having a great weekend. It's raining today, but we were in the 60s on Sunday, which is absolutely awesome after that polar vortex thing. Wow, that was crazy. So in today's video, just like the title says, I'm going to show you some tricks and techniques that car dealers do to steal your money, scam you out of your tax refund. This time of year, February, March, end of January, this is when dealers will do everything they can to chase and steal your money if you are a subprime or a deep subprime credit person wanting to buy a car. Subprime, about 630 credit score and below, and these dealers do a lot of tactics, a lot of tricks, and there are some things that you need to know as well, and I'm going to teach you all that stuff in this video. Hey, also don't forget ChevyDudeStore.com. This year I'm going to be giving a car away to somebody in need. It could be something like a Chevy Equinox there. Over to the right of that Chevy Equinox, a Chevy Traverse for a big family. I'm going to look for somebody who's in need of good, reliable transportation to better their lifestyle and just give it to them, give them their insurance for the year, give them a gas card, all that good stuff, but I need your help. If you go to ChevyDudeStore.com, if you buy something as far as merch, a portion of those proceeds will go directly to that. You can also donate, which 100% of the donations will go directly towards my efforts to give a car to somebody in need. So make sure you check out ChevyDudeStore.com. All right, let's talk about the very first one. That is those dealerships who are so kind and so willing to file your taxes for you. This has got to be the biggest conflict of interest I could ever see in the automotive industry. For 19 years I've been selling cars, and for 19 years I've been seeing this. It probably was going on way before then. I just wasn't aware of it because I wasn't in the car business. But for the last 19 years, dealers have been doing this because of one reason. They are getting you your taxes done. For you, it's like, hey, listen, I don't have to pay an accountant. I don't have to pay H&R Block. I don't have to pay Jackson Hewitt, whoever those companies are that you use to file your taxes. You don't have to do it yourself. And they are knowing exactly how much money you are getting. So we're going to talk about this in a second, but then that affects the price of your car, and they can take you and hold your money for ransom and use that as down payment when you may not necessarily need all that money. And typically with a 630 and lower credit score, you probably have some other bills that you can pay, and they don't care about that stuff. They simply just want to take your money, make as much money on the car deal as possible, and get you down the road, and they don't care if they ever see you again. Speaking of all those companies, Jackson Hewitt, H&R Block, do not, and under any circumstance, do not do a cash advance loan. Let the IRS deposit your money into their account. Do not take a debit card from them, not anything. I know it's going to take a little bit longer, but with today's technology, to get a tax refund from the government, pending that there's no government shutdown, it is a very, very short period of time to get your tax refund when it's all done electronically. So do not take a loan from those people. Do not get a debit card with your money on it today. Let the money come naturally from the IRS, so that way you get all of the money that's owed to you. Use a great and a reputable dealer. Do not go to these buy here, pay here places. Do not go to people who say, hey, listen, we get everybody approved, all credit applications accepted. Of course, all credit applications are accepted. That doesn't mean that you're approved. It's just basically saying, hey, we'll take your credit information, run it, and say, oops, sorry, we can't do anything. Or they come back and tell you, hey, 5 grand down, 10 grand down, a big chunk of money that maybe you don't have. So use a good, reputable dealership. If you want to look for good dealerships, obviously you can Google them and look at their dealership ratings, but a really good one, a really good website that I think is underutilized is DealerRater.com. Use DealerRater.com in your area. Look for the manufacturers or the independent dealerships that you want to do business with, see what their customers are saying, and go on from there. Now, a lot of people want to complain about service departments. Service departments all across the country are having some major issues, so take those service department complaints with a grain of salt, but nonetheless, make sure you use a good, reputable dealer. I do have this cool free 8 tips to getting the best car deal. Use that link right there. It's also in the description below. You can download that, and that goes over all of the 8 ways to get the best car deal. Make sure everything is done to your benefit. Another really good tip is post out on social media that you're looking for a vehicle and ask your friends on who they've worked with in the past, the good experiences, the bad experiences. Those are really, really good things. And also for those people with 630 and below credit scores, the manufacturers have some amazing incentives to get you into cars. So we have our Chevy Cruze, we have our Chevy Malibus over there. The manufacturer has programs backed for people with challenge credit, with bad credit, with no credit and whatnot, so that will help you as well, that you could get into a newer car with less opportunity to have issues, and they will sit there and get you going correctly and build your business and help your credit get back up so you can come in and buy anything you want down the road. So ask people on social media as well. Car buying habits have changed. Let's talk about these two devices right here. These two devices are your best friend when it comes to shopping for a car. The average consumer is taking anywhere from 45 to 90 days to shop for a car. 95% of the shopping is done online, and you will typically fill out 6 lead generation tools from the car dealerships. If it's on their website or making a phone call or a text message, you're doing about 6 of those on those websites before you make a purchase. Now here's another astonishing huge number over the last 2 years. You're only visiting 1.2 to 1.5 dealerships per transaction. This is National Automobiles Dealer Association statistics, okay? So this isn't something I'm making up. You can go out there and find it. And when you come to a dealership, you are less than 3 days of making a purchase. So with that in mind, these two things are a huge lifesaver for you when it comes to buying a car. Dealerships know this, and guess what they do to their websites? They lock them down. If a dealership is gearing towards a consumer with a 630 or 650 or less credit score, let me show you on the computer. Let's look at this website. I blurred out the guilty. As you can see, pretty basic website. For SEO reasons, they don't even have a local phone number up here. They have an 877 number. When you click on anything, all it does is go to this pop-up window to get your information. You can see I'm poking, show me more, help me get approved, show me inventory, and nothing happens at all. So here we're going to a different dealership website in a different city, in a different state, and it's the exact same. Now, a lot of these things for the people, dealer for the people, this is a big company that has market shares in different areas of the country. And you can see there's not even a phone number on this website. So for SEO purposes, this is really, really, really bad. So they don't care about search engine optimization. They only care about getting your information and scamming you. Here's what another one looks like. You can see, click on inventory, same basic thing. Give me your information. Let me call you. Again, in the top right-hand corner, an 800 number. So again, they don't care about SEO purposes. They're simply just trying to get your information. So let's go back here and let's put in our information. Let's see what happens. I'm going to use my alias that I use online, so I'm going to blur that all out. But you know, we're going to put all our information in here and see exactly what we get. I think you're going to be surprised. Check this out. We're going to hit view inventory. Of course, it doesn't work. Makes me do it twice. We're going to click it. Bada bing, bada boom, this message comes up. What's this message say? This is the message that we get. This message is 100% a lie. It's 100% a BS. It tells you that their inventory is moving so fast, it's leaving daily. It's impossible to keep an accurate account. Well, let me tell you this. My dealership has over 1,300 vehicles in inventory. We can keep up. This dealership that I'm using as an example is a local dealership to me. They are nowhere near the volume that my store is. Now, my store has 1,300 cars. There's dealership groups out there who have 5 and 6 and 10,000 cars in inventory. And someone like CarMax, I think they have like 40 or 50,000 cars. Let me tell you, this is all done automated. This is simply to make you feel good that, hey, listen, we're going to take care of you, but it's absolutely a scam. So with that being said, my personal opinion is to never do business with a dealership that does not show their inventory on their website. They need to have clear and transparent pricing for you. And the reason these dealerships do not show their pricing is because a lot of times the subprime market has what's called bank fees. This is stuff that's probably you've never heard about, but the bank actually charges the dealership a fee for doing business with you. Now, some banks may charge as low as a $99 fee, and some banks could have, I've seen all the way up to $10,000 fees. Now, those $10,000 fees are extremely rare, but on average, you're looking at maybe $1,000, $1,500, $495, those type of fees. Those fees are a direct reflection of gross profit that the dealership pays. Now, I don't agree with those fees. Obviously, as a dealer, and it affects our profit, those suck. But basically, what happens when you have fees in that, you're gonna have a higher interest rate, and then the bank charges a fee which gives them more profit on the rate of return that they have. I don't agree with those fees in any way, shape, or form, as I said before, but it's the way of business and there's nothing that we can do about it. But the reason dealerships don't show pricing is that way they can hide the fees in the price of the car. Once they pull your credit, they basically have a really good idea of the fee that they're going to charge. So if they're willing to sell a car for $12,000 and they think they're gonna have a $1,000 fee, they're probably gonna jack it up to $14,000 or $15,000 and let the bank tell them what they can sell it for and how much profit they get. There's also companies out there who have access to the dealership's management system, that's DMS, and what they do is they can look at that stuff and say, you can sell this car for this amount of profit, blah, blah, blah. So don't do business with dealerships who are not clear and transparent on their pricing. And the best websites to shop for cars is Car Gurus, TrueCar, Edmunds. Those are the top websites out there. Auto Trader is a really good one, and those types of dealers are not advertising on those companies because that requires them to be clear and transparent. And with Car Gurus, I'm a huge fan of Car Gurus. With Car Gurus, they sit there and they will tell you if the price is good or not. So trust Car Gurus. Let's talk about that right there. Used pre-owned cars, generally used. Dealerships all over the country are saying, we will pay you $5,000 over your car's worth. Just bring it in. $3,000 over your car's worth. We'll give you $5,000 more than Kelley Blue Book trade-in value. Blah, 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 blah. It's all a lie. 100%. It's all a lie. And every single time you have a trade-in, this question has to be asked. Will you write me a check for that amount? So basically, you can go out and say to that customer, to that salesperson, excuse me, and say, I think I've changed my mind. I really don't want to buy your car, but you have given me the most amount of money than anybody else has. Will you write me a check for my trade for X, what's on their paper? There's two answers, yes or no. There's no in between. If a dealership does not or will not be willing to write you a check for your trade-in, they are lying. Dealerships all over the country have signs in front of their dealerships. They have signs up on their buildings. They are infamous for it. We will buy your car, we'll pay you cash. Why do they do that? Because auction prices are way too high. There's way too many fees at auctions, transportation costs. If they can buy a car locally, it allows them to put a little bit more money in your car, and then also allows them to possibly have an opportunity to make a little bit more profit. Now, profit is not a dirty word. We are in a profitable business. We are also the most transparent business in the world when it comes to new car pricing structure. So when you ask the dealership, will you write me a check for that amount for my car, you know that they're being truthful. But it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Look at the reviews. When you ask that question, will you write me a check? Then yes is the answer. You know you've got a good, reputable dealer. It's so easy to sell a car. It's so easy to do the right thing, yet dealerships still don't do it. I want to say this one caveat though. There are a whole lot more good dealerships in this country than there are bad ones. I'm talking about the very small percentage of bad ones that we can run into. And we have to go to the #1 infamous thing that dealerships do to scam you out of your tax refund, and that's these guys right here. I collect these things because they are absolutely astonishing what dealers pull and what they pay. Blinking third brake lights. Remember that video I did? It's got 2.3 million views. It's up here in the top right hand corner. Door edge guards, $199. Pinstripe, $199. These door edge guards were on a Chevy Spark, and they were basically just 3M stickers on it. They probably cost 20 bucks to put on. A pinstripe, $15 to put on. This one here, pinstripe, $98. Nitrogen in your tires, $40. Auto Butler. We have no idea what Auto Butler is, but it's $300. There was 700. Oh, spray and bed liner, $700. So I have a deal with Linex for $415 in a full-size truck for a spray and bed liner. this one was a really good one. Dealer prep, $9.95, includes cleanup, inspection, pre-delivery service. That's something that's done on every car from the manufacturer that they pay for. And then I found this one pretty funny, window tint, $399. Absolutely scam. I have a place here in Louisville that does window tint for $199 on a full-size SUV, and it's ceramic tint. So it's really, really good stuff for $199. So don't pay those stickers that you see on cars. They are a scam. So as always, as it's done raining here in Louisville, whew, thank goodness. Rain's my second worst weather outside the cold and snow, but it's done raining here, so I can be outside just a little bit more on a nice 56-degree cloudy day. I'll take it over single digits. But I just want to say thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure you share this video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn those bell notifications on, and if you like the video and want to see more like this, leave a big old fat thumbs up as well. So thanks again for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day and drive safely.